Live stream is live.
Yep. And we are live.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
So on that, on your side, does it tell you how many people enter in and has the count and everything?
Yeah, so StreamYard itself has a viewer. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? And then, of course, I'm also on the YouTube deal, so I can surf people. Hey, PA, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. And then you can see chat on StreamYard as well as on YouTube. So I use the YouTube to smurf anyone, and then, of course, I can show people's comments.
Oh, okay.
Now, I still don't know how many people I can have on the free version. I think it's up to 6. But yeah, we'll just let it run for a little bit. Get a few more viewers in. Let's see. And we lost him. We lost him. Anyways, hey, Dad. Here my daddy. Papa speaks. There's Tim.
Me to myself to accidentally close the wrong thing when I was looking. Hey, yeah, trial and error. Because I was trying to see if I could see the comments. Hey, there we go.
Got it.
And I accidentally closed the wrong thing. Whoopsie. Trial and error.
Yeah, still learning it. So what other finds you got in that box there, buddy?
Oh, let's see here. Let me grab it. I set it down to the back side. Actually, you know what I could do? I hope I don't close it out. All right, here we go. I can see myself here. I could actually double out. And I think I could kill this sound here. And go here. Go here. Here. Give myself more. Let's see if I can. Aha. There we go. I can see myself. That's kind of scary. Well, right? Here you go. This is actually interesting one right here. I found shotgun ends, but this is like one of the first ones I found with actually the collar.
All the paper goodness inside.
Yeah, actually, it still has a little bit of the paper. It's probably really hard to see, but there's actually still some paper inside of that. That is crazy. That's one of the ones that I've always found is just at very end. But yeah, that's in my little interesting stuff. Of course, your good old style doorknob. What else do I have in here? I've kind of moved stuff around. Interesting. Oh yeah, I will say the best one. Go up here to the top. Here's your Model T.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
I found that here in Caney. That was in a friend kind of / family member's yard. And in that same yard, I found this fully intact. It's kind of like
Hey, Tim, turn your phone sideways. See if you get a wide view.
Ooh. Hey, look at that.
Oh,
Hey, that's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot better. This is yeah, I didn't even think about that. I think it's kind of like we would use like a triple antibiotic. It's a type of salve.
Yeah, I've had a few of those before. Not fully
Yeah.
intact though.
Yeah, it's the back, the top. That was trying to get where my camera is in the right, but yeah, it's all there.
Hey Drew, how you doing? I got. Hey, my
But
brother's on here.
yeah, that's I was looking at comments too. But yeah, that's a fully intact one. I've not found many of them. That was in that same yard with that Model T. Let's see what else we got here in a lot of unknowns and other stuff. I know what we could grab. We could grab the big thing that I've been working on, the big goodie box, which is probably going to slide a little bit on me here. I've been working on this.
Is that razor one of those junior?
That razor is actually Gillette.
Okay, cool.
Let me get to the box here, but pull pins out. And this has kind of been my little side project here. Get her open here. Set glass to the side. Yeah, I actually took it apart, and it's fully get myself orientated here. But it's actually says Gillette, and I was looking it up, and it's actually a fairly early one, but it is fully intact. John even said that he has not been so lucky to find one fully intact like that.
I got a fully intact, but I think it's a junior something. I gotta grab it real quick.
Yeah, this one's a actual Gillette. It says in there Gillette. I looked it up, and I think it said it was from. It was a fairly early one. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's your makeup, your lipstick. There we go. Yeah, and it's actually.
Hey, now, quick question: is that the one that your wife helped you open?
Yes.
You couldn't figure it out, so she had to do it for you.
No, I was sitting there, man, I don't know how to open. She just pops it up like, what's the problem? Well, you know. Well, go figure that the woman would know how to operate the makeup. So, of course, this right here, that was across from that blue house yard, I think would be the coolest definite button I think I've found so far. So I did do a little research on that, and that branch of this regiment, if I do recall exactly right, is actually based out of Arizona, the US 59. I do believe that they were World War II.
So that was based in Arizona?
Yeah. That branch of that regiment, I think, was based out of Arizona.
That is sick. Let me see if I got anything like that.
US 59. Let's see. Let's go back here and let me. Are you? There we go. Regiment. 59 Infantry Regiment, United States Army, first established in 1917. They were the last remaining element regiment of the 1st Battalion, 59 Infantry, which was part of the 191st Infantry Brigade until 1968.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
let's see here. Let's get a little more information on here. I do believe it said that this should say.
All right, while you're looking that up, I think this is the only thing that I got that's like military. Well, of course, I got a bunch of military buttons, but
Right.
unique find, and it's a old lighter from a camp, 1954 in Japan, a U.S. Air Force, I believe. You can't really see it anymore, but there was the bird right there. Then it says Merry Christmas on the back, and it says 1954. I found that in Altoona, I believe.
Okay, so they've kind of been around for a while. Looks like they got activated several different times, and it looks like even one in 1947 they were at Phoenix, and then they were activated in 1948. They were in Los Angeles, California. Activated in 1948 in Tucson, Arizona. It says they were the first 59th Infantry, 1st and 2nd Battalions of 59th are infantry battalions. They were also activated in February of 52. So it looks like in 1950, yeah, another assigned with the 96th. And they were in Phoenix at that point too. So there's some they're infantry combat arms regiment, basically. Yeah. So I'm going to assume I found it here in Caney, so I'm imagining someone from Caney might have been based or was part of that regiment, because how else would it landed here? Yeah, it's kind of interesting how they got here, but of course,
it's still pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
Just like when Brandon and I go out, we find a lot of tax tokens, and Brandon will pull out some from Colorado. We got Missouri, Oklahoma, of course, Kansas.
I think we got Utah.
I think Brandon's found a Utah one.
Oh, wow. Just crazy. Well, that's like that chauffeur that I got in my book from break out the book.
The badge.
Hey, the badge. Or I've heard them call them tokens. You get this. All right, so this is also an Arizona thing too. And what's also kind of crazy about where this was found would be on the block. So how the block in town is. So right here, this was found, and in the catty corner of the opposite side of the block, that was found.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So apparently someone had some ties to Arizona within that whole same block. Because that chauffeur. Okay, so you've been with me and John to the Blue House. So catty corner from the Blue House, you had the Blue House, and you had that where you found that Rosie on that sidewalk. So if you followed that sidewalk across the street, that's where I found that military button.
And so that was really close to an old school as well.
Yes, that school was actually, I might still have my stuff bopped up here. Here is Caney
Now it's pretty cool on the history of small towns like that. A lot of smaller towns where we usually have multiple elementary schools, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and they're even outside of town. You had somewhat every 5 miles, a few miles.
Yes.
Usually in an actual small village or town, they usually had a couple. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was really lucky you found that. Unfortunately, I think the most of the school grounds is on someone else's private property now.
Yes. So I actually did research and found the picture. I think we were talking about this. So I do know the orientation of that school now. So so where that sidewalk was, where we were walking towards the front to that side street. So where them two new houses are built, it would have been to the east. That would have been the front of the school. I seen a picture, and to the layout of the Sanborn map, you could see the bell tower, and that bell tower was in the front of the school. So the front of the school, it was facing to the east.
Now the old maps. Where do you usually find your old maps?
Well, there's a couple of different places, and I've seen some other people. I use the Sanborn fire maps. That's one tool I use. Sanborn fire insurance maps. Let me pronounce it. I use that. There is also another one I like. I started using. I've seen some other people using it. Is Historical MapWorks is another. And then there is another tool out there too. It's called USGS Historical Topographic Map Explorer.
You usually go to the library at all?
We go to the library every once in a while. I did too much of that. Actually, I had another person telling me the better one for here, if I was doing information for Caney, is actually going to the Caney Historical Society.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually have a lot of the old blueprints and maps and everything and information for here in town. Like they actually a little better detail than Sanborn insurance maps. It's kind of the same layout, but I guess they have a little bit better detail on, showing where stuff was. And I got told that would be a good place to go to. And
That's cool.
if I want to do some deeper dive into here in town.
I know ours has a large map thing that you just scroll through the every few decades they have a new map. So that's pretty cool to check out. Yeah, I usually go to the library.
See, I don't know. That's something I'd have to look at Caney. I don't know if they have that, or it's maybe the Historical Society. I think are the one. Yeah. I think she's agreeing with me too. I think the Historical Society has actually been the ones that's kind of held on to that here in town. Because our library, they just rebuilt, and it's never been very large. Now they have a lot of the microfilm. You could go and back and look a lot of they have some of the Chronicle and stuff like that in a lot of the newspaper articles and stuff right here in town, but I've never really seen a whole lot in Caney's library as far as maps. But I think all that map information is actually in the Caney Historical Society. I think they have a lot of that there.
Heck yeah. Speaking of Caney Valley, let's talk about your guys' group.
All right. Well, Alicia's dad was the one that started that. He started the group, the hunts, and that the very basis of that. Let's see, we were just talking about that earlier. So this year, I think we're on about right. Would have been the fourth hunt that you guys helped with.
Yeah. So yeah, Brandon and I hosted the fourth one for you guys.
So that would have been 2023. So it should have been going about 2019, right? 19 be 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, so So about 2019, make sure I'm not saying it, about 2019. I think Alicia was agreeing with me too. I think right about around then, it's about 2019. Carl started doing the hunt out there at the uh, tractor, the antique power,
Mm-hmm.
and I helped with I think the first one and the third, I believe, because the second one I think I had to work, my scheduling and stuff. I was out there. I ended up helping later after that, and we all kind of helped. Me and Carl, and he has a friend Nelson, which they're part of that gold gold cross gold prospecting something America. There's a branch of it in Wichita.
Yeah, I
That
remember him. So
yeah. So,
I think it was 22. I finally got word of it, and I was like, "Hey," to my brother. I was like, "Hey, Caney's they have a metal detecting event." I had no idea, and went out there, and I was kind of disappointed that I've never heard of it. But apparently, you guys were really kind of hush hush about it at that time, and
I
I
don't
think
think it was real hush hush. I Her dad is not a big social media person, so
Mhm.
I think all the coverage that it was basically getting in the very early on was just the traffic of the books,
Mhm.
their little books they put out, and on the radio and stuff like that. They may have, and I don't even know if they really mentioned that. They might have said some of it, but it's passing. So like KGGF, they may have got online, online on the air. Well, I say online on the air, and maybe said a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So as we've all kind of got more involved into it, or more engaged with it and stuff, that's where I think it started leaking out into social media, and then I think the club started using a little more social media, because there are a lot of senior members and stuff that don't use a whole lot of Facebook and everything, and then they've slowly started, younger members, a few more younger members have kind of joined and kind of started putting it online, and progressing forward. It probably would have helped them if they did that probably 5-6 years ago, and I think it would help that club out there a lot more. But it's
Oh, it's
some.
cool. But I mean, it's all right. So the hunt field itself, it was a acre field. The time I went down there was an acre field, and man,
Hmm.
I think it was like $20 to get in, 20 or $30, and
Hmm.
it was just random stuff. And of course, you guys had silver out there. I had a blast. Of course, I took two of the girls with me, and about 15 minutes later, they disappeared. Uh, I tried to go as
Yeah,
long as
man,
I could.
there's a lot of stuff going on. So for a kid, man,
Oh yeah, there's loads going on during that event. It's basically you had many events in a larger event, and
yes,
we have something kind of similar down here. It's called the Old Iron Days.
right,
We don't have a metal detecting event down there, but
right.
us at Tri Valley, we do have our event in November. And speaking of November, Caney Valley has joined us for this year's hunt for November. And of course, I think our field is 4 or 5 acres. And it's a pretty nice sized field.
Yeah, I would say it's probably about that. I think there's a tool or something online that you could go in where you can actually um, measure an area, and I think it can tell you the approximate dimension. I'd have to look that up. We could probably figure it out. I just have to find that tool.
ABC. Go ahead and get some entries in there. But yeah, so the Tri Valley hunt, our first hunt, it was basically a lightly seeded and natural. It's a soccer field during the spring. It's owned
Hi,
by
BC.
do what?
I was saying hi to BC. I just seen the comment. He said hi to both of us.
But I got lightly seeded and just basically all natural. And I've had that permission from Larry Fugate, the owner of Pizza Hut in our region. He owns all of that. So I got permission, never touched it. Really didn't think anything was in that field.
Right.
Boy, I was wrong. I was so wrong. We found 1870 silver. This is all natural. 1870 silver. We found bullets out there, a bunch of farm tools. And then my favorite find. Let me grab it real quick. Maybe. There it is. All right. My favorite find out of that field. That right there.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So a Knights of Columbus gold pendant.
Hmm.
I don't know if you guys can see that too well. Super happy about that. And then, of course, I got my brother's gold coin in there.
Right.
But we keep finding stuff. Awesome. I mean, it's such a large field that we
well, that's like last year. And then that even blew you away with James, right? Iron Antlers, finding that World's Fair token in there.
Yes, I was so shocked. He found we had our second hunt last year, and it was fully seeded this time. And I've been going at it, trying to pick out anything else in that hunt field. And then we had our event, and then James came out, and we were just goofing around. And I think it was after the hunt sometime, and he comes back, with something in his hand, and I was like, "Okay, what'd you find?" And he said it was about 9-10 inches down. He pulled out a 1904 World's token, I think, St. Louis. Yeah, 1904.
Yeah, it was something like that. I remember you guys showing me that we was looking at it. I was like, man, that was just crazy. Because I know after John left before I did. And then I ended up leaving, and I seen him and Risha out there. They were like, well, we're going to go out and I think, go for a little while. And I'm like, we had stuff to do. So I headed out. And that was like, you're like, oh, man, you should have seen what he found. And you were sent me the picture. I was like, oh, man, that is crazy. So.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I think the next day, Iron Antler, we went out for a permission hunt, an open field. Didn't find a whole lot, but it was good to spend time with those guys.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed meeting them there at the event. They're both really, really nice. Like I said, I've seen them pop in and out, but like I said, I was like my first time at actually physically both meeting them in person. So
yeah, really good people. I'm trying to get Jersey Ray to come down.
Oh yeah,
but I'll probably see her Texas next year.
You're sitting there showing other stuff. This is the other thing I think was really cool.
What is that?
That is the part of a gas valve.
Okay.
That's the key. That keyway for the gas lanterns, and that was found off Wood Street. So a little history: Caney part of Wood Street was the original old highway that came into town. So that would make sense that was right off the sidewalk, off the brick sidewalk. Would it make sense there was probably old gas, so far the old gas lanterns, lighting the way, down the road. So I thought that was really cool.
There's another fellow Kansan in chat. Mad Mag.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't live too far from me. I need to head up there sometime, do some
Oh
magnet
yeah.
fishing.
Oh yeah. Where's he?
Somewhere in Kansas.
Oh, somewhere in Kansas. Somewhere in Kansas.
I'm not sure if he wants me to say.
Nah. Yeah. Understandable.
But other than that, so let's talk about future hunts, future events this year. What do you got?
Future hunts. Well, we got ours, but you're talking about other ones that we've seen out there on the scope.
Yeah, you're planning on going to this year?
I don't know. That's why I hadn't figured out. I know we've been talking about different ones and stuff. I think the one I think we were talking about it'd be nice to go to, and it's not too far a drive. Is what the Three Forks? That's Pryor, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Three Forks, Pryor, Oklahoma. It'd be eastern Oklahoma. I think about a 2 hour drive for us. I really enjoy their facility. I think it might be their third time at this location.
Okay.
They usually was located in Kellyville, just southwest of Tulsa. And
Okay.
the Indian Territory Treasure Club, they do theirs there. So
Okay.
Three Forks moved to Pryor, Oklahoma, which I love their facility. Yes, the first year was pretty trashy, but it's
Okay.
comes with the territory.
Yeah, it comes with seeding a new area that
yes, you're
no
going to have
one's.
lots and lots of trash, but the location was awesome, easy to get to hotels, and I just really enjoyed that hunt. Plus, it's always on my birthday weekend, so
Right, you were talking about that. Are they usually a 1 day or a multiple day hunt? I hadn't. We were talking about it. And I was gonna look it up. I think I joined. I think their group or something. I think I was looking for that the other day, trying to see about some more information on them. Because I think someone said that I think they had some stuff posted.
So that's
about.
usually a 2 day event, Saturday and Sunday. So that's the first event. Yeah, I plan on going to. I originally was planning on going to the Oklahoma Land Rush, but unfortunately, it got canceled, and that was going to be in March. So April is the Three Forks, and then I got May will be the Topeka, Kansas, just north of Topeka. Their club does their hunt on a Sunday, which was epic last year. I only did the main hunt, and I should have signed up for all the hunts because it looked like it was a blast. You know, being behind the camera, filming people, listening to people, it was epic. And this year sounds like it's going to be pretty well done this year. I think gold. In most clubs, they once you find a gold coin, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of Iron Antler, we were just talking about you, buddy.
All good,
club,
nothing bad.
nothing bad though. We're talking about you, buddy. But anyways, this club you can find as many tokens for gold coins as you want, dude. And
Oh wow!
Like, oh yeah, wow. I was really impressed. So yeah, pretty fun hunt this year. It's supposed to be even better. I think they're switching to gold coins, so you have better chance of getting gold coins. And then towards the end of May, I got the Indian Territory, and that's during Memorial Day weekend, and that's a 2-day hunt. I plan on doing their night hunt. I'm not sure about doing the main hunt. I think I'm just going to film. And we usually go camping out there, field.
Right. You were talking about that being around then, and that's what we were talking about. That would be a real good one. Really good timing for me on that one because usually we have family come in on Memorial Day.
So yeah, it's kind of a tricky weekend to do a treasure hunt, but I mean they've been doing it for decades. I think this will be their 31st year.
Oh wow! Yeah, we usually that's kind of usually a big weekend for us. We usually sometimes it's her aunt and uncle from Louisiana or her cousin or all the above. They usually all come in because Caney and you know what? As much problems and the water issues we have in town, I can say one thing. I'm definitely proud is the memorial service they do here in town. I mean, it's top notch. They go out there. There's a couple veterans uh that well there's several of them, but there's like Dell, I think Dell's one, and they pull out all the stops. They try to get volunteers, which I think they never fall short of the what they call that, the avenue of flags.
Yeah.
They put all the flags out, and each one of them flags is either is represent a soldier, and that's all most families and stuff like that, and I think friends and stuff that they're paid for. Someone pays the fee to honor the they get the right information. They make sure they're right branch of service and everything like that, and all them flags are put out, and it's just they do an amazing job. They have a nice service. A lot of times I've been there a few times. I've recorded and posted it, because we have other family live out of state and they're from here and they like seeing it and stuff. And
That's good.
but
That's good.
yeah, that's just one thing they're pretty big on it. That's one thing I will say about the town is they definitely do great respect to the fallen. So that's pretty cool.
That's good. Now, so that's for May. And then I got one more hunt in June, which is up in Nebraska this year.
Yeah, you were talking about Nebraska land, right?
Yeah, I believe it's what it's called. It's in Hastings, Nebraska. I believe it's called Nebraska land. That one, I have not heard one bad review on that one. I was going to go to it last year, but unfortunately, I was kind of running out of vacation because I was doing Masters. So I was kind of saving my vacation for those events.
So that was something too, and I had someone else ask me that same question, and I think that's a good thing to throw out there. So how do you get into an event like that? Do you have to do you have to go to a certain qualifying one, or do you get an invitation to that?
So Jersey Ray and I were both in Masters. She was competed in New York, and of course I was in Arkansas. Basically, Mind Lab posted something on their website or their Facebook group, and you just basically you set up your own team for those regional events, and then you just competed for top 3, and then moved on to national events. So you don't.
So basically, you put your team together, showed up for that qualifying event, and then where you landed is where if you landed in a certain tier, then you're able to proceed forward, is what you're saying.
Basically, top 3 places,
right?
Competing for those top 3.
Okay, so
this
that's
year I haven't heard anything. I kind of hope they have an event in Oklahoma. I was told that they're going to have more events this year for regional events. So it might be top 2 this year, and they might stick with top 3.
Okay. Yeah. Someone asked me that question. I said, well, I didn't know that, 100% for sure, if it was like they picked their people or or you just had to go to a certain event and then, qualify for, each, like you said, you went to regionals and nationals. And yeah, that was a question someone was asking me about that. So
it's my mommy. My mommy's But yeah, Masters was unique. And I think it was only $100 a team, so $20.
Oh, that's not too bad.
You had a four person team with a fifth being an alternate, which
Okay.
we ended up not using our alternate, so we just took 4 people to Alabama. But that was interesting. So I'm kind of saving some vacation just in case they decide to do one in Oklahoma. Now this fall, the only hunts I have this year are for the November hunt. I don't plan on going back to Treasure Fest this year, unfortunately, unless they have Masters, National Masters event there. I wasn't really interested in going back to that one. Other than that, dude, I don't have a whole lot this year. I know last year I think I had 11 events.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Texas, 2 in Oklahoma. I had 2 in Texas, 2 in Oklahoma, 2 in Arkansas.
Okay.
2 in Kansas, or 3 in Kansas, and then of course 2 in Alabama if you want to count their Mind Lab event plus the prospecting club that did their own event there.
Well, and then again too, this is kind of early on in the whole I guess for fall I would say, maybe not for spring. You would think there was more spring events or things going on. You think we'd see more of that, but
yeah, Jersey Ray, that 5-day notice. Yeah, I remember that. They just literally posted like days before the event even started. I was like, wow. And I was kind of surprised that only a few teams actually showed up, but I was expecting more because of how big of a name it was. But I was kind of shocked when I heard only a few teams actually showed up for that one.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah, the other one I seen that looked kind of interesting, but man, it's a long, long drive. Was that other one we were talking about? The one that's like halfway between us and St. Louis. That
Show Me Treasure Hunt.
Yeah, the Show Me Treasure Hunt. Yeah.
I was interested in that one. I still am interested in that one. I think it's
It looks interesting, and I think I seen something on that. I think I seen, and I was talking to him the other day. I think Quarter Hoarder's going to that this year.
Yeah, I think so. KG, Ringy, Quarter Hoarder, Gypsy will be there. A few others will be there.
Yep.
I think relic hunters are really going to enjoy that location. Of course, I do a lot of hunting in Missouri, but not so close to that place. I'm usually right over the state line. I'm actually pretty close to Beard.
Right.
Probably about an hour away from Beard when I'm hunting, but I've never called him up. I feel kind of bad. One of these days I need to, when I go down there, be like, hey, let's go. Let's do it.
We need to band together and go end up in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
Hey, Beard. Hey, Beard, what you doing, man? What you doing today?
Beard, don't mind me. I'm just melting at your neighbor's yard.
I
I don't know if he has neighbors. I think he lives out in the country.
Yeah, that's why I was saying he strikes me as the type that likes to live a little secluded, out away from everyone. And I'm saying I can't relate on this fact, but he strikes me as the guy who likes to be a little away from everybody. Nothing wrong with that. Wants to be out in the woods, away from everyone.
Yeah, one of these days when I go down there, I go down there quite a bit, actually, in his area. Of course, I'll go to Branson, Springfield, just in that general location. But when I hunt, it's usually right over the state line in Missouri.
Yeah, well, you were sitting there talking about it, and I'll throw you funny. We went and visited some friends of ours over in Springfield. And I actually did some metal detecting in Springfield at a church that our friend is actually a pastor of. Didn't find a whole lot, but I didn't get to do too much because I literally did it right before service one Sunday morning real early. But didn't find much, the typical train wrecks and some clad, but it was something interesting. It was an older building, It was definitely. I think they said it was built in the 50s or the 60s, somewhere right around in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just randomly popping up, or just to collect some names for drawing giveaway at the end of the show.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm just
hey,
randomly popping it up. Short
yeah.
cut.
You seen them pictures I sent you the other day while I was sitting there playing around with that my homemade electrolysis machine.
I seen that.
It
How's it
actually works
working?
pretty. It's working actually pretty well. I got me some new hardware to upgrade my progression of this playing. I think I got it right here. Yeah, I should. I was thinking of it. I should have got a better picture of this penny, but that went through it, and it was nasty, corrody green looking. And actually, you can actually make out the details on it. Not too shabby on it. I should, I thought I took a picture of it, and then I got looking back in my camera roll. Maybe I went to take it and I didn't save it, but it was really green. I was trying to find that penny that we were trying to figure out what it was, and I think we were pretty much saying it was a wheat penny. One I brought out to your guys' house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, for the life of me, trying to find out where I stashed that. I want to run that through that to see what it does to it. I don't know what I did with it. It's eluded me where I put it, but I'd really like to find that and run that through it and see what it does to it and see what it comes out as. I'm pretty well, like I said, the kind of one part of it, it looks like it's definitely looks like you can see 1 cent. So I'm pretty sure it's a wheat penny, but it's eluded me somewhere where I've put it. It is somewhere in the mess of stuff.
You'll find it. It'll pop up. Probably when the kids took it.
I don't know why they wouldn't want to take it, but oh yeah, I was sitting there. I was thinking of my thing. We were talking about fines and stuff. I still would say that was still a pretty cool find. I would love to find the rest of it.
You ever find out, is it actually gold plated, or is it costume jewelry?
It is actually gold. They call it gold filled, but it is actually gold plated. It's gold plated. So that I did find out about. It is gold plated. That is. I was doing the research, and that's what me and John were talking about. He said back in the day they called it gold filled, but it's actually gold plated.
Hey, Shelbean, haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing?
Oh, I don't know if I ever showed you this button. I found this in another place here in town. And you definitely tell it's old. Definitely tell it's old because look at the shank. She's been over, but she is there.
There's a lot of detail inside that.
Yeah, it's got a lot of detail. Just alone. Get my camera. Yeah.
There it goes. Oh. Love it when it tries to focus. I think it's trying to focus on your face.
That's what I think it's trying to do. Move my face.
There it goes.
Yeah, look at that. Pretty cool.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude.
That's definitely old. That date's pretty close to that house. I found it. Just like this one that we were looking at your house too. And it's also got the shank on it too. So that's definitely.
Is that the one with the deer on it?
Yeah. Well, I thought you guys said I thought it was a bird or something we were talking about. I think it looks like a bird.
Oh. So I know there's a club that was like the elk club around here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got about 10 minutes left of the show. Let's just leave that up.
Well, I'll share this one last little bit. That house I was looking at where I found Another neat deal. There you go. There's your silver ring. That is the first actual silver ring I found.
Nice. Costume jewelry. Pretty, dude.
Yep, she's silver. Not very much of them. And then 2 seconds later, I hear, "Come here, squirrel." What? Hold your hand out. All right. I got my hand out, and he drops the silver ring. John finds a silver ring literally just right after I do in the house right next door to it against the house. And it's a silver ring.
John's always like that, dude. So, oh yeah, you found an Indian head penny? I found 13 of them. I found a half-cent, buddy. I found quite a few rings in the past, gold rings, silver rings, costume jewelry rings, but I always end up giving them away. I usually put them in future hunts or just give them away.
Yeah.
I think I only have one ring. I think it's my class ring.
Heck yeah. That's I held on to that one. I mean, even though it's silver, but that's just the very first silver ring I've actually found. I just thought that was cool. And then again, most of the spots and areas that we're at, unfortunately, a lot of it's been hammered pretty good. We trying to come across some of them unbeaten path and kind of lightly touched areas, but
it's a cherub.
It's a cherub. Okay, she says it's a cherub. You know what? I'll put that case all back up. I'm putting it in this one.
And you've just started metal detecting past, 2 years now?
Yeah, we'll actually go back to that, and you want to talk about that, and we'll burn up a few minutes on this. So I actually probably started with metal detecting probably it was right about the time when Carl started his first event. I bought a Garrett. That was the first machine I got. It was I think it was a 150, and I think it was the way I was working and stuff like that. I think it was right before Carl actually really started the metal detecting stuff, and that's why I think sparked the whole thing off. I bought a Garrett, good machine and stuff, but I was working so much and didn't have the time, and Carl's like, "Hey, let me buy that off of you." Okay. So Carl and his other friend, he bought one. I think he might have bought a Garrett or something. I would say something like along that lines. And I was thinking it was like a 100 or 150. It was a yellow machine. And I think that's kind of what started off. So like I said, I started metal detecting, kind of backed off.
Mm-hmm.
And right before you guys came around, I bought a different machine. It was a bounty hunter. And that was probably a little bit before that event you guys hosted. And I was just kind of doing a little bit of it, not really too serious, just kind of poke around. Went with Carl and went to that natural hunt he had, got all the people grouped together, this outside of Barsville, the Chinese mine camp thing.
Yeah.
That's where I met Waldrip and met some other detectorists and stuff like that. And then when you guys helped host the event like that following after that hunt, that's where I really started engaging more of that. So probably for the past year, I've actually took it more serious and actually got more seriously involved in it than I have in the past several years.
Yeah, I remember after that last event, you really started getting involved with everything. And then when Carl stepped down from being president of the club, we all voted you in because I didn't want to do
it. Yeah, me and John still joke about that. So
instantly. Speaks boys are like, I vote Tim.
Yeah.
It's fun. But I think next week, we're almost out of time now. Next week, I'll kind of go over the history of Tri-Valley and the decades of funness and competition.
Oh, yeah. Well, it gives us more to go and talk about and bridge. Bridge some more stuff, and I could fill in some more on Caney and stuff. But like I said, we're finished and ending it. That's like you said about the unfortunate cancellation of the Oklahoma land rush.
And I knew a few people were I was looking forward to it because it was a great opportunity to go see my parents because my parents lived down there.
Right. Yeah, it was unfortunate. There were some factors in there that, out of his control that, happened, but it's unfortunate. But, he stepped down on that, and then he gave me the moderation of his group, which I ended up and he knew about it and stuff too. I just merged the remaining of his group with my Facebook and page and everything, and merged everything into Caney Valley.
So it doesn't take some time for people to get used to it. I mean,
thus so far, I really hadn't seen too many people negative about it. I mean, it seemed like pretty much a lot of people are understanding and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've got a few questions. People going, Caney Valley, where's that at? We're on the border. I seen one guy's comment. He says, it's just right north of where I'm at. It's just it's literally on the border.
Yeah. Literally on the border.
Yeah, Caney, actually, the Caney property of the town literally sits on the border.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And, I got a few people asking me, what's up with the valleys? What's up with Caney Valley? What's up with Tri-Valley? So, you guys live in a valley? It's like, no. So, Caney Valley is the school. That's what the school is called in Caney. It's called Caney Valley. And then Tri-Valley is actually the school league that we're all in. So that's how I came up with my name. A buddy of mine, he lives in a town just south of me, and he's like, let's name it Tri-Valley. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a couple minutes left in the show. I'm trying to keep it an hour. It went by pretty fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like I can go on for another hour or two, but yeah, I'm gonna try to stay an hour. I know there's some other people's live shows coming on soon, so I really don't want to dip into their time.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Try to keep everything balanced out. I think we nailed it pretty good.
So, you happy with 5:45 to 6:45 Central Time?
Yep. I think that works beautifully.
Okay. All right. We got 2 minutes left, guys. Put that hashtag in. And let me go over the prize real quick. So, this episode's winner will get 2003 $2 bill. And then I got a war nickel. And then I got a key date wheat penny, 1912D. And I want to rate it between a good or very good. I also have the pricing for this current year, just on the Red Book value. So it is a nice little collector penny to have. It might be in better shape, but I rated it as a good, between good and very good. Still a nice valued wheat penny.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So the winner will get those. Looks like we have 12 entries. In about 45 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and spin. That's true, Rachel. There's so many live streams going on. It's really hard to pick a time frame and try not to dip into someone's frame.
Right.
It happens, unfortunately. But it seems like everyone's usually later in the evening during the Central Time. So, beginning of the evening sounds good to me. I'm usually off work. plenty of time for me to set up and everything. So 5:45 Central Time is pretty good for me. Pretty good for you too. You get off at 5. Hey, Literate. All right, 14 entries. It is 1 hour. Let's do this.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to do 3, 2, 1.
Three, two, one.
And my brother, actually. Hey, Alicia. Alicia. Wow.
That's funny.
That is funny.
All right. All right. Well, here you go. Since you got the generator up, I got you one too.
Okay. Well, hang on. Alicia can just message me. She doesn't need to email me. My all winners, you guys will see my email at the bottom right here under my name.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
hang on.
So we'll.
I gotta get back on there so I can do it again. Dang it. All right, you want to do one?
Yeah. So I got you one too. Here you go. Series 1976 $2 bill.
1976.
Yep. 1976 $2 bill. And let's throw in a nice little beautiful 1906 Indian head in there too.
Nice, dude.
She beautiful, nice, pretty, clean looking coin. There you go. I'm gonna do that's gonna be my giveaway for tonight.
All right, let's do hashtag Caney. That sound good? Well,
Yep.
I've already made it, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Hey, sounds
Hashtag
good to me.
Caney, guys. Got 1, 2, 3. And Tim, the winner of this, you just want them to email me since you don't got your email under your name?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that next time. But yeah, just email you. That'd be fine.
Okay. 7, 8 entries so far.
I don't know if I could. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it be because I'll figure out how to edit that next time. Yeah, I'll probably do like you did that, like next time on my tags on the thing.
Yeah, put your email at the bottom.
Yeah, I do Caney Valley and then my name and then drop with the email below. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like I said, learning and moving forward with it. Like you got 10 entries.
Yeah, Troy, no space bar after the hashtag.
Yeah, Caney all together with the hashtag, all solid one thing. Someone no space after the hashtag. All one word. There you go.
All right, I got 11 entries. It is 11:04. When do you want him to spin this? A couple minutes? Give it 1 or 2 minutes?
Well, let's give it a second here. I think it says we got 15 watching. Maybe give us a minute. That way we're not spilling too much over in someone else's stream. We'll give it a minute. I say because it says at 6:49. I say just 6:50. Pull the trigger and call her good.
Hey, Rachel. Brandon says hi. All right. I got 11 entries. I think that's going to be it. I got 15 more.
I think so. Yep. It's
So,
650. Pull the trigger.
pull trigger. Do it.
Hi ho, silver away.
Good luck. Mad Mac.
Mad Mag.
He won the last week or the week before. We did that trial run. Mad Mag, you still on here, buddy?
Yeah, I think he's still messaged in the thing not too long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
Just right above everybody else.
I have his phone number too. There he is. I see him. There he is.
Well, like I said, you get his information and I'll get that. I'll have
Yeah, he has my phone number. He'll just throw me a text and I'll just send you the info, his mailing info.
Yeah, I'll mail that out tomorrow during lunch. I'll just swing by the post office, send it out.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's awesome.
All right, you got anything else to say before we close this all out? Thanks,
yeah.
Rachel.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. Thanks everyone for joining us. I'd say like and subscribe your channel here,
and check out Tim's channel. It's the Caney Valley Metal Detecting. That's it, right? Just Caney Valley Metal Detecting.
Yep, Caney Valley Metal Detecting.
Yeah.
Can't miss the big blue and gold there. Yellow. It
really
kind of looks gold, yellow. I don't know.
I can spot you guys a block away when you guys are wearing that shirt.
I know. John even throws that. I'm like, I sit there thinking, you know what? It might be time to maybe modernize the logo a little bit. We'll see.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. We're out. I'll see you next week. Tim, you joining me next week?
Yeah, I'll be joining you next week.
Officially my co-host.
Yep.
I still got Brandon once in a while. So, all right, guys. See you next week. Be safe.
Yep.
Happy hunting. Take care.
Yep. Happy hunting. Bye.